Hello, Eastside Wrestling Club. For those of you who don't remember, I'm Coach Matt, and my son Cormac, who has started his first season with Eastside Wrestling Club last year. This year's a little goofy because we do not have practice to go to. We can't get into the school because of coronavirus. COVID makes the school not let us in. We can't do it anywhere else. So we're going to do some videos. Tournaments are hard to come by. We're not sponsoring any because we don't know things that are safe. But we want you to still be practicing wrestling. We want you to still stay in practice. So what we're going to go over some drills that you can do at home. And the most important thing is going to be stance in motion. I don't care how good a wrestler you're watching. As they wrestle, they're going to start to stand up. They're going to get out of position. And so one thing we can really do is practice staying in motion, in our stance, no matter what. So when you're getting in a stance, you want your shoulders about, or feet rather, about shoulder width apart. We're going to put one foot forward, it doesn't matter which one, and you want about the same distance across. So if I'm on a square, because I have these here, I'm pretty much going corner to corner. Cormac's stance is going to be a little smaller because he's got shorter legs. Now, we're going to sink down. I want my head up. You can put a glass of water on my head, it's not going to fall over. I'm being lazy right now. I don't want my hand on my knee, I want my hands out front for defense. So from the side, one foot's in front of the other. And it doesn't matter which way I do it. One foot is going to be offensive. If I'm side by side, this is a really defensive stance. It's hard to shoot from there. It's not as fast. So what we want to work on is 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're going to stay low. And if you're not sure how low, you can drop one hand down and touch the floor without moving your body. This means my legs are in good position. If I switch to the other side, I can still drop down without really moving my body. I'm slow and I'm tight. As I wrestle though, people are going to start standing up and I'm going to be a long way from where I should be. So when we're moving around, you can always check your position, right? Reach down, make sure you're in good position. In a wrestling match, you're not going to be standing still the whole time. We're going to be moving. We're going to be moving usually with little steps. We never want our feet to cross or touch. This puts us off balance. Our feet are always staying wide. So as I'm going side to side, I'm taking little steps. You want to try it with me, Cormac? Little steps, side to side. Now, if we check, I was out of position. I am not touching. I got to get down lower. You got to get a lot lower, don't you? So our hands should be out in front for defense. If my opponent shoots at me, I need these here to block, keep them away from my legs. So my hands are out in front. My elbows are in tight. I don't want to be up like this because it opens up my sides, it opens up my legs. So as I move in a match, I'm going to be moving around. And in practice, we would say, check your stance. That means reach down, I'm high again. Reach down, make sure you can touch. I can touch. I'm in good position. I can touch. I can touch. All right. Now, if you're a youth wrestler, these periods might only be a minute. And so what you can do at home is practice going for 3 minutes, 3 1-minute periods. As you get a little older, those will go to a minute and a half. In high school, you're going to be wrestling for 6 minutes. So what I'd like to hear from you guys is, one, if you can start off doing it 3 minutes. If that's easy, go for 4.5. If that's easy, go for 6. That's going to be a high school level match. If you're still feeling really good, go for 7. That's college. Think you can do that? No problem. All right, back on your mat. The other thing we can work on is a sprawl. Now, if you notice, Cormac and I are wearing socks. We're doing that on purpose. Not everybody's gonna have shoes at home, and that's okay. If your wrestling shoes don't fit anymore, if you can't find them, whatever the case is, you can do it in socks, you can do it barefoot. It doesn't matter. We just want you to practice. And if you can work on staying in stance, it's gonna help you next season. So the defensive move we can work on is a sprawl. So when I'm in my stance, if an opponent shoots at me, what I'm gonna do is sprawl down on top of them, and I'm gonna get my legs back as far as possible. So I'm gonna jump my legs back, bring my hips down, and I want my head up high. Now if my opponent's under me, my forearms might be on his back, my hands aren't really gonna be on the mat, but I want my hips down, my head up. This is gonna put a lot of pressure on the shoulders, and I'm in a pretty good defensive position. If he's under me, I can push back. I can slide a little bit. I can get my legs away from his stance. Want to try that with me? So when we're in a good stance, if we say shot, we're going to kick our legs back and move down our hands. So if I say shot, boom. Now I drove my one hip down at the mat. You can have both down or either side. You can practice both. I like driving one hip down because it puts more pressure and gets one leg even farther back. So boom, I hit, my guy's underneath me. In a real wrestling match, we might be scrambling for a little bit here, we might be struggling. If I miss my shot though, and what I want you to practice is popping right back up, getting back into your stance. So when I say sprawl, you drop. Sprawl, back up, back up. There you go, bring them together. Sprawl, boom, back up. Sprawl, boom, back up. Check your stance. I'm high, are you high? You're high too. All right, now, if your legs are getting tired, we got a good drill for you. And that's the wall sit. It's Coach Aaron's favorite. So, set your feet a couple feet out in front of the wall. Squat down so your legs are flat. And sit here. We can count to 10, we can count to 20, we can count to 30, we can count to a minute. We can count for 6 minutes, whatever you want. Your legs are really gonna start cooking right here. And that's gonna help you in your stance. So, we'd love to see comments on this. We'd love to hear how you're doing. We miss seeing you every week. And we hope you're having a great day. So, Eastside Wrestling Club, attitude, respect to the end. See you next week.